Hey, we're about to start the show, and you know the drill. If you've been here before and you have something important to share, please add a capital letter Q to your comment. And if you are watching live for the first time, please let us know by writing the word new, and we'll give you a nice little welcome. Enjoy the broadcast. Hey, how are you this morning? Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we hope to connect with fun and interesting news from our city, our state, and our country. We hope to connect with your questions, ideas, thoughts, suggestions, anything we can bring to the table so that we can combine all this knowledge and put it to good use as a community of English-speaking locals. Today is Monday, May 27. And I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend and everybody stayed cool and refreshed despite our increasingly warm weather. So, I have some news. As always, I've collected some news. Hold on just a second. Pásale, Luisa. Estoy transmitiendo, amiguita. I'm sorry, my domestic hygiene coordinator has just arrived, and you're going to see her walking right behind me. Oh, hold on just a second. Boy! I'm so sorry. Hola, Luisa. Estoy transmitiendo. Okay, so everybody say good morning to Luisa. She's my dear friend, and she's Luna's other mom. Anyhow, I'm so sorry about that. Let's switch over to the news. You may want to know that political campaigning season ended yesterday throughout Mexico in anticipation of the elections that will take place this coming Sunday to select a new president, governors, local and federal deputies, and municipal mayors all over Mexico. And here in Puerto Vallarta, all three primary candidates held closure events at, and of course, all three major candidates declared themselves the winners or the virtual winners on this election. And at this point in time, all we can do is wait until Sunday. And for those of us that are able to do it, go vote, go exercise our right, and simply wait for the results. You have to have lived in Puerto Vallarta for some time for the name Gloria Elies to ring a bell. She was an accomplished Canadian sculptor that lived in Puerto Vallarta and Yelapa for over 60 years. And back in 1965, she created a beautiful sculpture titled El Pescador, or The Fisherman. And for many years prior to her passing, her wish was to have her sculpture installed on the Malecón. Unfortunately, she passed away in 2012 at the age of 89, and her wish remained unfulfilled. However, and thanks to her daughter Daria's insistence, the larger-than-life sculpture has been installed in the grounds of the Hotel Rosita in the gardens, not far from the Fishermen's Co-op located next to the hotel. Now, it is unclear if it will remain there permanently or if it's just waiting for a better opportunity to put it on the Malecón where the sculpture would have wanted it to be. But regardless of that, if you find yourself in that part of town, and if the hotel will allow, consider stepping into Hotel Rosita and checking out the newly installed sculpture in the garden. I am sure it is absolutely stunning, as I have seen small versions of the sculpture, and it is truly, truly a beautiful work. And other good news, the New York Pride Parade will take place this year on June 30th and will attract 2.5 million tourists from all over the world. And the only Mexican city to be invited to the parade is Puerto Vallarta. In fact, Puerto Vallarta is the only city invited in all of Latin America, featuring one of the 55 floats that will be part of the caravan that will also include some 75,000 participants. And this is good news for the promotional efforts of our tourism bureau, the promotional efforts that they do abroad. And of course, here in town, many of the Vallarta Pride events took place this past weekend, but not everyone was happy. According to Tribuna de la Bahía, a number of people complained of the fact that Plaza Lázaro Cárdenas was closed for the event, and the only way to enter was to pay for access. It is worth mentioning that the Vallarta Pride Committee did request a permit from City Hall to close down the plaza between May 23rd to 26th, and the permit was granted. Now, what is this? Is this homophobia? This kind of makes sense to me culturally because, as we'll see later on in the broadcast, it is customary in Mexico that if an event takes place at a public park or a public plaza, people expect to attend the event for free, but clearly this is not always the case. More than once, I have seen City Hall close the main plaza across from City Hall for private events that are related to the administration, and nobody has batted an eye. So I don't know if people would have wanted to check out the Pride events for free or whether this is some kind of homophobia. All I can think of is to shrug. You know, if you couldn't enter Plaza Lázaro Cárdenas and enjoy the beautiful tile park during that week, well, there are other attractions in Puerto Vallarta that you can enjoy. It's kind of like my mindset during Semana Santa. Semana Santa for me is the 1 week in which I sequester myself at home so that all the thousands of tourists that come to our city can enjoy our attractions to their fullest enjoyment. And of course, speaking of Pride, La Catrina Cantina held a successful fundraising event. Where is it? Here it is. A successful fundraising event this weekend for the employees of Hotel Mercurio, in addition to an ongoing GoFundMe campaign that we announced a few days ago. Coffee and Headlines friend and supporter Daniel House was present at this event and shared this video of Hotel Mercurio owner Paul Christ addressing the attendees. Take a look.
So I didn't really prepare anything. I just this is the first time I've been in a crowd of people since a week ago. And I was really nervous and anxious about coming today, but I'm glad I did. And I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for being here, for showing up to support me, and mostly it's for my staff. I have to take care of my staff. Lots of them have been working with me for 22 years, and in 22 years, we consider ourselves a Mercurio family, and the Mercurio family has always been, the community and the staff and our guests and all the people that came to the bar and to Beers, Boys, and Burgers. And so, as Allison's song said, you've got a friend, and it's clear to me that I have a lot of friends. and I'm looking at starting from zero. Like I will have nothing, but you know, with a little help from your friends, as that other song says, maybe we'll make it through. Thank you very, very much to Juan and Bill for hosting the event today. Amazing. And to all the artists who came and are giving of their time and talent. I wasn't really sure if anyone would show up to do this. You know, I asked Diva and my very dear friend Angie if they could help organize this, and well, I don't know who organized all the talent that is here today, but they're amazing, and so that's really all I wanted to say. The outpouring of love and support that I have felt and received in the last week has been, it's been what's gotten me through, honestly. That, and you know, I am living day to day because I have a responsibility to my staff that I will not leave unfulfilled, and that's, you know, and you guys are all here helping to make it possible for me to meet that responsibility, and I deeply, deeply appreciate it. Thank you.
And of course, that was personal friend and Coffee and Headlines supporter Paul Christ speaking about the tragic incident that happened last week. For those of you that don't know, Paul lost his hotel in a long-standing legal suit that he thought he would win. It took everyone by surprise. First and foremost, Paul, of course. And as a responsible business owner, he is looking after the well-being of his 20-something staff, which are owed severance payments after all those years of working at the hotel. Here at Coffee and Headlines, we wish you, Piva, much success in your pursuit. You are much loved by the community, and we will continue to mention this fundraising event in the GoFundMe campaign, and hope that the goal is met sometime in the near future. And now let's switch over to our weather just to see what's going on out there. It helps if I turn it on, does it? Hold on just a second. I thought I had turned it on, but here it is. Did you know a third of humans think cats can read their minds? Humans are stupid. Well, I don't know about that, snarky weather. Luna is quite adept at those affairs. Right now, it's 30 degrees out there. Humidity is at 69%, and our weather forecast for today says we're going to enjoy clear skies in the morning with mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon, a high of 31 and a low of 23. And on Tuesday, tomorrow, humid with clear skies throughout the day, a high of 31 and a low of 23. And then on Wednesday, humid with clear skies throughout the day, a high of 31 and a low of 24. Moving right along, I have a couple of housekeeping announcements. For starters, if you signed up for our mini meet and greet lunch tomorrow, we are good to go. I contacted the restaurant over the weekend, and they are looking forward to having us tomorrow at 1 p.m. as scheduled. Hopefully, this will be the first of several mini gatherings that we will enjoy this summer, where we can explore new and fun eateries together. For those of you that missed this announcement, this is substituting any large meet and greet effort during the summer. We've decided not to organize big ones. Instead, what about we go and explore new or not very well known eateries in smaller groups together that will allow us to better connect with one another? If you like that idea, hopefully we will announce more of those in the near future. And again, for those of you that RSVP'd already, thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And as I mentioned earlier, there is this cultural expectation in Mexico that if something takes place in a public space, it will happen for free. It will be free for all to enjoy. And this is precisely what happens in Guadalajara on Wednesday and Friday evenings when the Orquesta Típica de Guadalajara, or the Guadalajara traditional or typical orchestra, takes over the main bandstand across from the government palace next to the cathedral. They do the same thing that they do here in Puerto Vallarta on Thursday. The orchestra comes out and plays free concerts, and people usually enjoy them, of course. And not only that, people also get up and dance when they have the opportunity to do so. And of course, this is part of my upcoming research for Guadalajara, because I'm going to be there in July. This is something that I was not aware that happened in Guadalajara, so I will be enjoying it for the first time in my next trip, and I'm really excited about that. Last but not least, of course, this coming Wednesday is episode 11 of The Spotlight, and I find it amazing to think that we've been doing this for 11 weeks. Wow. So The Spotlight, of course, is our new online talk show featuring local event organizers telling us about their fun and wonderful upcoming events. It happens every Wednesday at 4 p.m., and we keep our fingers crossed that we will get somebody to tell us about what they're up to in the next edition. And with that said, let us turn over to your comments just to see what is on your mind. And we start with your good mornings, which I appreciate so very much. Gary, I am not surprised that you're traveling. You're always on the go. Gary says, good morning from beautiful Cuetzalan, a pueblo mágico in Puebla. Take lots of photographs, please. And of course, it was great to see Brian and Chris yesterday, who came back from their vacation. It's great that you are back, and it's great to have your snarky humor around. Much needed. And what else? Betsy is looking forward to another fundraising event for Hotel Mercurio, the greatest charity show. This will happen at Act 2 Puerto Vallarta on Wednesday night. I hope it is successful. Let's see what else. Lars is still in Denmark, says, feels good to be connected with Puerto Vallarta today. Larsito, it feels good to be connected with you every single day. Luisa gets good mornings. Luisa, te mandan saludos. Good morning, Luisa. Luisa says gracias. Oh, my goodness. Logan says, at first I thought we were going to be treated with a surprise cameo by Amiga Luisa. No, these are two different Luisas. There is our dear friend Luisa that lives in Guadalajara, and there is my buddy Luisa, who I met at Whiskey Kitchen. She works at Whiskey Kitchen, and when I found out that she also has a thing for cleaning and organizing things and putting things in their order, I said to her, help me. Help me. I am a single man living alone and my house is chaotic. So she's been coming here for several months. If you're looking for a cleaning person, by the way, I can recommend Luisa totally. So if you need somebody to go clean your house and organize your chingaderas, because that's what she does. She comes and she takes everything out of the fridge and puts it in order, and then I cannot find anything, but I love it because she makes me exercise my mind. I have to go looking for things. Love it, love it. Let's see. Laura, You know, Laura, you are going to get my prize for asking so many questions in the last week. I swear you are taking full advantage of coffee and headlines, and I love it. And what was the question? How long does Day of the Dead last in Puerto Vallarta? Are there any restrictions for tourists other than being respectful? Great question. Okay, so there are activities. There are activities going on. Like activities start like 1 week prior because there are altar exhibitions and this, that, and the other. Of course, Day of the Dead gets celebrated on November 1st and 2nd, and you nailed it. You nailed it, friend. The only thing that you want to be mindful of is being respectful, particularly at the local cemeteries where being at the graves and celebrating or honoring loved ones that have left is a very serious, not serious as in somber, but it is a real tradition in Mexico. So to go in there and stare at the locals and take photos and interfere in their private ritual is indeed disrespectful. But there you have it. Laura asks, what is your favorite thing about living in Puerto Vallarta? My favorite thing about living in Puerto Vallarta is my family of choice. I've been blessed with the gift of beautiful friendships in this town. People that look after me, people that I can look after. It's, to me, it's the biggest blessing. If I did not have a strong support family here in town, I would not enjoy it as much because I get to do so many fun things with my friends. And the best wish I can have for anyone living in this town is that you take the time and effort to nurture a strong family of choice. Or if you're here with your blood family, your blood relatives, then love them because they will love you back. Here's a long queue. Frank says, missed the broadcast on Saturday due to the parade at 10 a.m. Not to belabor the issue, but does anyone in the cluster know who organizes a pride parade? Seems like it might have been a mistake to switch the day from Thursday night to Saturday morning. Not too happy for many. Okay, I hear you, Frank. First of all, the Pride Parade gets organized by the Pride Committee. They have a website. They have a Facebook page. I don't know why the decision was made. I have a nasty theory that I'm happy to share because I could be totally wrong. I have not walked down the Malecón at night for quite some time. But the last time I did, the lighting along the Malecón left a lot to be desired. We know that the city, and this is just my personal theory, please don't spread this around. We know that the city has been talking about fixing the Malecón, and we've been kind of waiting for this to happen. So my personal hunch is that it was either a matter of scheduling, because this is happening at the same time that the city was hoping to do closing of campaigns. In fact, the same night, Saturday night, when I think the closing of the campaign was yesterday evening. I honestly don't know, Frank, why it was switched, but I agree with you. Hopefully this is a lesson learned. You know, I applaud the Pride Committee for trying things that are new and different. And if this turned out to be a bad decision, hopefully they will learn from that, and they will not do that again this next Pride celebration. Let's see. Angelica says, Bill and Juan are very kind and nice people. Yes, Bill and Juan are the proud owners of La Catrina Cantina, which is where that video of Paul was recorded. Lars says, thanks, Daniel, for taking the video. That makes two of us. Thank you very much, Daniel, for being such a good friend to Coffee and Headlines. David says, I was very happy that Paul was able to go to the event. That being said, I love how the Puerto Vallarta community family rallies together to help each other out in times of need. That is a nice thing about this city, and I'm sure every city has it, but I strongly believe, and this is something that Paul has been very good at. Paul has been one of the most generous people that I know in this city. So the least the community can do is turn around and reciprocate. And I'm glad that it is happening. Absolutely. Oh, wonderful, Albert. The Guadalajara concerts are wonderful. I got to experience them on my last visit. For one reason or another, I have never been in around the bandstand on a Friday evening. But now that I learned this, I look forward to seeing that in July. Albert laughs at my Luisa's organizing skills. He says, I should have Luisa organize my bracelets collection. Trust me, she will. Share how to get in contact with Luisa. Chris, I will send you a private message with her cell phone number, and we can take it from there. My understanding is that the guys who own Daiquiri Dick's pushed the move of the time to benefit businesses. Sad, fewer people participated and watching. Well, again, I don't know. I don't know who was behind that decision. But again, I am sure that they are paying attention. Sometimes we take chances, and sometimes our changes of ways prove fruitful, other times they don't, and all we can do is learn. There is a saying that my friend Cynthia sent me a long time ago, and I use it frequently in my life. Experience is what you get when you don't get what you want. There you go. Betsy says, love it, my family of choice. Oh, Betsy, I've been honoring that concept ever since I can remember. Let's see. I love the afternoon time for the parade. I agree. Great for picture taking and people watching. Yeah, once again, it's a matter of learning from the experience. And Angelica says, I am so glad Paul received all the love for the community. He deserves it. I look forward to see how Paul will reinvent himself. And my hunch tells me that he will, and that he will stay in Puerto Vallarta. And given his passion, I am sure he will come up with something wonderful to do. And with that good thought, or hopefully good thought, we part for the day. It is Monday, and there are lots of things to take care of. I hope you will have a wonderful beginning of the week. I hope you will continue to stay cool, stay kind, stay refreshed, stay wet if there's a swimming pool in your life, and most importantly, stay in touch. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care.